Hello. So it's been a while and I have lots of good reasons. I last talked to you beginning of April, and then I was in Arizona for a couple weeks. So I didn't do an April update because I didn't really have a scale to go from. And then let's see, I got back in mid-May, and I loved being out in Arizona. So hopefully I'll go back again, but the time change was not great because I was still working my morning hours, which basically meant I was working from 3:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. So it's nice for having like the full day, or the other half of the day. But even though I was keeping morning hours, I was still going to bed at like Arizona bedtime, so I wasn't getting that much sleep. So I got back in May, and then now May's over and we're halfway through June. But thankfully I did make my May goal, but I made it like a week or two ago. So my current weight is 178.8. So I'm out of the 180s and in the 170s. So I'm really happy about that. I'll put all my stats down, I was gonna say downstairs, in the box below. But yeah, so my total for my highest weight, I'm down 141.2, down since surgery 118.2. And then I'll go ahead and give you my monthly stats that I missed. So in April, I lost 1 pound. In May, I lost 3 pounds. And then so far in June, I'm on track to lose 1.6 pounds, but we'll see how that turns out for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, generally I'm really pleased to finally be in the 170s. And like I said, I was there like a couple, or maybe like 1 or 2 weeks ago, and then like barely, and then went into the 180s back and forth, and now I think at like 178.8 I'll solidly be there until hopefully I'm down in the 160s. So my goal for July, end of July, is to get to 175. And if you're in any groups, I mean, there's people all the time talking about they thought they'd lose more by now, but I'm at a pretty good average of 2 pounds a month, and I'm 2.5 years out. So, I'm happy with it because I think about all the years that went by where I was gaining instead of losing. And there are people that, even gain after surgery. So, I know it's frustrating because I've been frustrated at a lot of times. And, I do think like my year goal for 2021 was to get to 160 by the end of the year. So I would have to lose 18 pounds by the end of the year, or a little more than 18 pounds. And based on my track record, if I'm doing like 2 pounds a month, it's probably not likely. But it's always good to set your goal higher, as long as it's not like crazy, and hope for the best. So yeah, I'm in Mini Me in Tennessee's group, and that's really the only group that I'm in, and I see a lot of the same frustrations like over and over, and a lot of people comparing themselves to others, and I do it too. I mean, almost everyone who has been successful that talks about being successful and post photos, my weight loss has been slower than theirs. Part of it is because I'm a revision surgery. Other parts are just because we're all different people. So you just gotta, just keep doing what is working for you. And there's a book, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's Scott Adams' book, where he talks about, it's about doing systems, not goals. Because if you're successful in your system, then you'll eventually get to your goal. or revise your goal. So my system is basically to eat around 900 calories a day, to do yoga, and then what I've added since mid-May is I do 2 to 3 free weight workouts a day. And I think that's probably why I had a good May, and why my June is going okay, just adding the weight, because probably at this point my metabolism is slowed down so much that, you know, I probably should not, you know, have less than 900 calories given activity. So I have to add something else to keep going. And I don't know if that is, you know, forever, or if eventually, you know, I'm sustained by, you know, 900 calories, or not sustained, but that, you know, having additional muscle makes it so that I can have more calories, obviously less than, you know, someone without surgery. But I just felt like it was a good thing for me. My best friend also does weights, and he, you know, I was, you know, watching him. I was down in Arizona, which also has its perks to watch a guy work out. But yeah, I mean, I've just been approaching it the same way that I do yoga with the videos. Doing yoga with Adriene, and then on videos I found a couple good ones. Bowflex has a lot with free weights, and then there's another girl, let me look it up real quick because I really like her, and she has lots of different combos. So, you know, based on time, based on what muscle groups you want to do, based on whether you have free weights or kettlebells or just want to use body weight. And I really like the way that her videos are set up, because she has the music's not great, but you know, that's like a copyright issue. But there's like a rest period, and during the rest period, like in a little inset at the top of the video, she shows the next exercise, or, you know, move. So you're not spending like the first 1 or 2 reps like figuring out how to get your form right. You know, you can just go right into it, and you don't have to count. It's just like based on seconds. You know, like do this I think move, it's not move, but I can't think of the word. Do this for, you know, a minute or 30 seconds or whatever, and then it counts down to like 3, 2, 1. So you don't have to keep track of like how many reps you've done. But you do want to kind of like match your form, because you don't want to do some things like super fast, because a lot of the work is on, you know, the exhale. So her name is Caroline Girvan, and I think she's Irish. So at the beginning, she does like a little intro of like, this is what we're about to do for like 2 minutes. She'll say, you know, everything that she's gonna do, and, you know, sort of like tips for throughout. But she got me really good on a full body one, because it said it was 20 minutes and the video is 28 minutes. And I thought, oh, well, maybe like her intro is longer than usual. And so the end of the 20-minute one, it was a 4-minute plank. And I did it probably in total 3 minutes and maybe 10 or 15 seconds, because I did fall, or, you know, let myself go at like the 2.5-minute mark, and then rallied, you know, for the end. But yeah, I would have, like, I mean, going into it, I thought, okay, well, I did my 20 minutes, I'll just skip the 4, but, you know, I tried it just to see how much I could do, or how long I could do. And I was pretty surprised that I got that far. But I also like not being able to do something successful, like from the very beginning, because now I have something to, you know, work toward. And that's how I sort of approached like her weight and the Bowflex free weight ones, because I have a 10-pound and I have a 15-pound. And I've done the 10-pound, I've done a couple workouts in a row at 10 pounds. So I knew that I probably had to go up to 15 pretty soon. And I did a 15-minute one, I mean, not a 15-minute, a 15-pound one, or one with my 15 pounds over the weekend. And it was definitely a lot harder, and I was sore, but, and there were a couple reps I could not finish. So I think that's a good place to be, where you're like really struggling at the end. So that's kind of like where I am for my April, May, half of June update. I'll try to do one at the end of June. just because I will have at that point had like a full month of free weights, and obviously continuing to do yoga with Adriene. That's kind of like, there are definitely classes that are hard and days that I don't want to do it, but I still do it every day because I want to, mark it off the calendar. But I did kind of know I needed to step it up. And also I kind of think of yoga, even though it has been good for some cardio things and definitely for some building muscle, because a lot of things I am using like my body weight. But yoga, I sort of feel like is a good transition time for me from work until like not work time. And I really do it because I enjoy it, not necessarily because it's what's going to make me lose weight. So that's about it for me. Again, I am at 178.8, and I'm like so removed from the numbers now. Like the fact that I'm down 141.2 from my highest weight just doesn't, I can't really comprehend it. And the under 200 gift I was gonna buy myself is just like gone by the wayside. I was gonna say I don't think I deserve it, but it's not that. I think it's more of that I don't feel like, I feel like I'm too far away from that now for it to like be meaningful. So I have another goal in mind that I'll probably hit, and it's not a weight loss goal, even though it is kind of like related to that sort of thing. I'll probably hit it in September, hopefully, and then I'll decide what I'm gonna buy, if buying anything, means something to me. So yeah, that's it. I will see y'all hopefully in a couple weeks. Bye.